It's not because you're lazy or just getting old. It's because your body's internal braking system is completely locked up, shutting down your power to protect your stiff joints. While most guys try to force their way through painful gym reps, that just grinds the gears and completely sabotages your results. In this video, I'll show you 5 zero movement holds used by Shaolin monks to build raw strength, which happens to be the exact same method physical therapists use to rebuild joints after injury. But first, we need to fix your foundation, because without it, nothing else works. Let's jump into the first move, which looks harmless but will expose your hidden weaknesses in exactly 10 seconds. This one looks like a weird, extra-wide squat. It's not. The horse stance is an ancient foundational builder that forces your hips to open while demanding massive isometric tension from your quads and glutes. Studies on isometric training show it recruits up to 10% more muscle fibers than dynamic reps. It's not about how deep you can go on day one, it's about rebuilding the concrete base of your body. Here's what most people miss. They let their chest collapse forward to compensate for tight hips. When your lower back tightens up just trying to get into position, it feels like your body is betraying you, doesn't it? That's just the nervous system protecting a tight joint. Here's the secret to bypassing that alarm bell. Step out double shoulder width, feet parallel or slightly turned out. Drop your hips straight down, like you're sliding down an invisible wall. Now, here is the small adjustment that changes everything. Actively try to rip the floor apart with your feet without actually moving them. This instantly engages your glutes and takes all the pressure right off your knees. Keep your chest proud and your pelvis slightly tucked. For week 1, aim for 3 sets of 15 to 20 seconds in a higher stance. Don't force the depth. By week 2, drop your hips an inch lower and push for 30 seconds. In week 3, hold that new depth and fight for a full 45 to 60 seconds, teaching your tissues true endurance. If you're a beginner, do this with your back lightly touching a wall to drill the posture into your muscle memory. Mastering this builds the kind of bulletproof knees and hips that keep you hiking and moving without pain well into your 70s. Now that your bilateral foundation is anchored and firing, your body is finally ready to shift that power and fix the hidden imbalances in your kinetic chain. Which brings us to the next hold. This one looks like a clumsy balancing act. It's not. The single leg RDL hold is a masterclass in posterior chain recruitment. It forces your hamstrings and glutes to fire in unison while your core stabilizes rotation. Sports science shows unilateral isometrics rapidly rebuild deteriorating proprioception, your body's internal GPS. It's not about how high your back leg gets. It's about creating a steel cable from your heel to your neck. But here's the problem. Most guys turn this into a twisted, unstable mess by opening their hips to the side. I know balancing on one leg over 50 can feel like walking a tightrope in a windstorm, especially when those ankles haven't been challenged in decades. But that rotation completely disengages the working glute. Here's what few people know to lock it in. Stand on one leg. You keep a soft bend in the working knee. Hinge at the hips, pushing your glutes straight back. Let your torso drop forward as your free leg extends behind you. Now, here is the small adjustment that changes everything. Point the toes of your airborne foot aggressively straight down at the floor. This instantly squares your pelvis and forces the standing glute to take the entire load. For week 1, use a wall or a chair for light fingertip balance. Hold 3 sets of 20 seconds per leg. In week 2, remove the assistance and fight for 30 seconds of pure, unsupported tension. By week 3, push for 45 seconds while holding a heavy household object, like a thick hardcover book, in the opposite hand to challenge your anti-rotation core. If you're a beginner, simply decrease the hinge angle and stay more upright. Now that your single leg stability is ironclad, your body is finally ready to brace through its deep midline. And this is where true core armor is forged. This one looks like a beginner's resting pose. It's not. The plank is a full body tension generator that locks your spine into a neutral, unshakable position. Research in spinal biomechanics proves that bracing your core isometrically is the fastest way to relieve chronic lower back pain. It's not about surviving for a sloppy 5 minutes. It's about creating maximum total body irradiation for a solid 30 seconds. Here's what most people miss. They passively hang on their shoulder joints and let their lower back sag like a cheap mattress. Look, staring at the floor while your lower back screams in agony isn't a sign of weakness. It's just a massive mechanical leak. If you're bleeding tension, gravity wins every single time. Here's what few people know to turn this chore into a weapon. Get down on your forearms and toes. Yeah, make sure your elbows are planted directly under your shoulders. Now, here is the small adjustment that changes